Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Have you ever found a coin in your pocket and wondered, is this penny worth more than just 1 cent? Well, today we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing coins in the world, the 2007 1 cent coin, a penny that could be worth $32 million. Stick around, because this is no ordinary penny, and the story behind it is a tale of mystery, rarity, and unbelievable value. Today, we're talking about a coin you've probably overlooked your whole life, the 2007 1 cent coin. But before you brush it off, hear this. It's estimated that this penny could be worth up to $32 million. That's right, $32 million. Now, that's way more than the mere 1 cent face value. So, how did a simple penny become so valuable? Let's take a closer look. The 2007 1 cent coin was minted as part of the Lincoln Bicentennial Series, marking the 200th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The U.S. Mint created 4 different designs for the reverse of the penny, each honoring different aspects of Lincoln's life and legacy. You probably recognize the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, but the real star here is the reverse side, which features a unique design that's part of the Bicentennial Series. This coin was released alongside 3 other designs that highlighted Lincoln's life, from his log cabin roots to his time in the White House. But what really sets this particular penny apart from the others is the unique error that occurred during its minting. Here's where things get interesting. The 2007 penny was supposed to be a regular issue coin, but due to a minting error, some of these coins turned out to be incredibly rare, so rare that they're valued at millions of dollars today. The error in question? A double die reverse, meaning the image of the reverse design was accidentally struck twice, leading to a doubling effect in the details on the coin. While this may sound like a small flaw, it actually made these coins highly collectible. This error typically occurs when the coin's die is misaligned during the minting process, and the same image is struck onto the coin more than once. The result is a clear doubling of the design elements. In the case of the 2007 penny, this error is extremely rare, and finding one of these doubled pennies could make you incredibly lucky. Now you're probably wondering, how do I know if I have one of these rare coins in my change? Well, spotting a 2007 double die penny isn't too difficult if you know what to look for. The key signs are found on the reverse side of the coin. Look closely at the inscriptions on the reverse, particularly the words E pluribus unum and United States of America. You'll notice a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering. The design elements may appear slightly shifted, and the doubling is most visible around the top and bottom edges of the letters. Another way to check is by using a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. A little extra effort could make you thousands, or even millions of dollars richer. So what's the value of these rare coins? Well, they're not just worth a few dollars above face value. In fact, some of these coins have sold for ridiculous amounts of money at auction. Depending on the condition, a 2007 double die penny can be worth anywhere from a few $1,000s to upwards of $32 million. That's right, $32 million. There have been reports of individuals selling these double die pennies for such astronomical amounts, making it one of the most valuable coins in modern U.S. minting history. In 2007, a double die penny sold for nearly $2 million, and experts believe that the most well-preserved specimens could easily fetch up to $32 million if they were to appear on the market today. And that's not all. The prices of these pennies continue to increase as collectors scramble to get their hands on one. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so I have a 2007 penny, but how do I know if it's worth millions? The condition of the coin or its grade plays a big role in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being the highest possible grade. A coin that's in excellent condition, with sharp, clean details and no visible wear, is worth significantly more than one with scratches, dents, or other damage. Coins that are graded above 60 are usually considered in good condition, and coins with grades of 65 or higher are considered to be in gem condition. The higher the grade, the higher the price. It's important to have your coin professionally graded by a reputable service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the professional coin grading service, PCGS, to get an accurate idea of its worth. So, next time you get a handful of pennies, make sure you take a close look at each one, especially if you happen to have a 2007 penny. It could be the key to a life-changing fortune. Remember, not every 2007 penny is going to make you a millionaire, but the ones with that rare double die error could be worth a small fortune. Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned numismatist, keep your eyes peeled. Who knows? You might be sitting on a $32 million treasure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more cool coin content, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin yourself. Until next time, keep hunting for those treasures. Next, 1976 1-cent USA coin. Today, we're diving into something truly fascinating. You might think of the humble penny as a coin that's not worth much. After all, it's just 1 cent, right? But what if I told you that a certain 1976 1-cent coin is actually worth an incredible $23 million? That's right, you heard it correctly, $23 million for a single penny. How can a coin that's worth just a fraction of a dollar suddenly be worth millions? Well, let's take a deep dive into the fascinating history and story of the 1976 1-cent coin that could make you a fortune. Before we get to the valuable rarity, let's talk about what most of us know, the regular 1976 penny. It was minted in honor of the United States bicentennial, marking 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The coin features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which has been a part of the penny design since 1909. On the reverse side, you'll find the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial. So far, nothing unusual here, right? Just a standard penny. But here's where things get interesting. What if I told you that some of these pennies, minted in 1976, hold a secret, a rare mistake that can skyrocket their value? A small, seemingly insignificant error during production could make one of these pennies worth millions of dollars. Sounds like a plot twist, right? So how exactly does a mistake like this occur? Well, it all has to do with the process of minting coins. The U.S. Mint, responsible for producing American currency, has a series of presses that strike coins. In most cases, these presses work perfectly, producing identical coins. But occasionally, things go wrong. In the case of the 1976 penny, some of these coins were produced with a double strike error, a mistake that's incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. The process involves a coin being struck by the minting press more than once, resulting in a blurry or double image on the coin's surface. Now, not all double-struck pennies are worth millions, but some, especially those with a very noticeable double-strike error, are worth a small fortune. In fact, one particular double-struck 1976 penny recently sold for $23 million, setting a world record for the highest price ever paid for a single penny. But what makes this specific coin so special? Let's break it down. The double-struck error on this penny made the design on the coin nearly impossible to ignore. It was such a noticeable flaw that collectors went wild when it was discovered. Instead of the usual single-strike Lincoln Memorial, this particular coin featured 2 overlapping strikes, making the image look blurry and distorted, which gave it a unique look and greatly increased its value. Coins like these are often sold at auction, and some buyers are willing to pay a premium for a piece of history. The coin that sold for $23 million went to an anonymous collector at a high-profile auction. It was the culmination of decades of collecting and valuing rare and unique coins. This sale shattered all expectations and highlighted just how much people are willing to pay for a piece of U.S. history. Let's quickly break down how double-strike errors happen. When a coin is struck by the press, the die is supposed to imprint the design onto the metal planchet, basically a flat disc of metal. Normally, the coin is struck once and that's it. But with double-struck errors, the coin can accidentally be struck a second time before it's ejected from the press. This second strike can be off-center or misaligned, creating the kind of blurry, double-imaged effect we're talking about. These types of errors are rare and highly collectible. Some collectors even focus specifically on finding coins with these kinds of flaws, and in the world of numismatics, the rarer the error, the more valuable the coin. Other coin errors, like off-center strikes or broad-struck coins, also fetch high prices. But a double-struck coin, especially one from 1976, has become a holy grail for many. People are always looking for that one-in-a-million coin, and the 1976 double-struck penny represents just that. It's a fascinating example of how a small mistake in the minting process can lead to something incredibly valuable. For collectors, it's not just about the coin itself, but about owning a piece of history, a coin with an anomaly that makes it stand out from all others. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare double-struck pennies in your collection? Well, first things first, check your 1976 pennies carefully. Look for any signs of a double strike where the design is blurred or duplicated. The more dramatic and noticeable the error, the more likely it is to be valuable, but even if you don't find a double-struck penny, don't be discouraged. The world of coin collecting is vast, and there are many other rare pennies, such as the 1943 copper penny, the 1955 double-die penny, and the 1992 close AM penny that can also fetch significant amounts. Coins like the 1976 double-struck penny remind us that even the smallest imperfections can turn something ordinary into something extraordinary. It's a perfect example of how the world of coin collecting can be both exciting and unpredictable. So, do you have any 1976 pennies lying around? They may not be worth $23 million, but who knows, you might have a rare coin in your collection without even realizing it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome content on rare collectibles, and let us know in the comments if you've ever found a coin worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Next, 1984 D 1 cent USA coin. What's the value of a penny? 1 cent, right? Well, what if I told you there's a 1984 D penny out there worth an incredible $80 million? That's right, this humble little coin has a history filled with mystery and surprise, and it could be hiding in your pocket right now. Let's dive into the story of the 1984 D 1 cent coin, one of the rarest and most valuable pennies ever minted. We all know pennies are mostly just pocket change, but every so often, one of these little coins can turn out to be something huge. Today, we're talking about the 1984 D 1 cent coin, which might look like an ordinary penny, but don't let that fool you. This particular penny has become one of the most sought-after and valuable coins in the world. Some examples of this coin have been appraised at a mind-blowing $80 million. Stick around, because what makes this coin so valuable might surprise you, and we're going to break it all down right here. The 1984 D penny was minted in Denver as part of the standard U.S. mint production for that year. It featured the familiar design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, along with the reverse design of the penny, which has remained largely the same since 1909. As you probably know, Lincoln has been gracing the front of the penny since 1909, and the design hasn't changed much. On the reverse side, the coin features a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, which was part of the design from 1959 until 2008. So you'd think this would just be another run-of-the-mill penny, right? Well, not quite. While the design remained the same, the key to this coin's massive value lies in a very specific and extremely rare minting error that occurred in 1984. Now, you're probably wondering, what could possibly make a penny worth $80 million? Well, the answer lies in a rare minting error that happened during the production of some 1984 D pennies. Specifically, the error that has brought so much attention is known as a double die. A double die error happens when the coin's die, the tool used to strike the image onto the coin, malfunctions and strikes the coin twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the design. This results in an extra layer of detail, giving the coin a unique and unmistakable appearance. For the 1984 D penny, the double die error occurred on the reverse of the coin. The most notable doubling can be seen on the letters of E pluribus unum and in the lettering along the edge of the coin. The doubling effect is clear and noticeable, and these errors are what make this penny so special. Now, you might be thinking, how can I tell if I have one of these rare double die 1984 D pennies? Well, the good news is that it's not too hard to spot if you know what to look for. First, take a look at the reverse side of the coin. Focus on the words E pluribus unum and United States of America. You'll see that the letters appear doubled. The doubling effect is most noticeable on the upper and lower parts of each letter, making it look like there are two impressions of the design on the same coin. Other signs to look for include a doubling of the America inscription and the numbers along the edge of the coin. If you spot this kind of doubling, you might have a very valuable penny on your hands. If you think you've found one, get your hands on a good magnifying tool and examine it carefully. A jeweler's loupe or a high-powered magnifying glass can help you see the details more clearly. And if you do find one, don't rush to sell it right away. You'll want to have it properly graded and authenticated by an expert. Here's where things get really exciting. You might be wondering just how much these rare 1984 D double die pennies are worth. Well, let's talk numbers. Some of these rare pennies have sold for incredible amounts of money, with the highest documented sale reaching up to $80 million. That's right, $80 million. This makes it one of the most valuable 1-cent coins in the world. But of course, not every 1984 double die penny is worth that much. The value of these pennies depends largely on their condition. A coin that's well preserved with sharp, clear doubling and no visible wear is far more valuable than one with scratches or other imperfections. While most of the 1984 double die pennies are valued in the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, the best preserved specimens are truly worth millions, with the most flawless examples fetching astronomical sums at auctions. To determine the value of a 1984 double die penny, one of the most important factors is its grade. Coin grading is a highly specialized process used to assess the condition of a coin, and it plays a huge role in determining how much a coin is worth. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A coin with a grade of 60 or higher is considered to be in good condition, and anything above 65 is considered to be in excellent or gem condition. Coins with a grade of 65 or higher are typically the ones that reach the highest auction prices. So, if you find a 1984 double die penny in perfect condition, you might be looking at a small fortune. So, there you have it. The 1984 1-cent coin may look like just another penny, but if you find one with that rare double die error, you could be holding an $80 million treasure. Keep an eye out for those coins in your change, and who knows, you might just be sitting on a gold mine. Remember, not every 1984 penny is worth millions, but the ones with that rare double die error could change your life. So, the next time you get a handful of pennies, take a closer look. You might just be holding a fortune in your hands. Thanks for tuning in. If you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're on the hunt for one, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Last 1986 1-cent USA coin. If you're a fan of rare coins, today's video is something you definitely don't want to miss. Imagine finding a penny, just a regular 1-cent coin, and discovering that it's worth $53 million. Sounds like a fantasy, right? Well, believe it or not, that's exactly what happened with a very special 1986 1-cent coin. Yes, you heard that right, $53 million for a penny. In this video, we'll take you through the incredible history of the 1986 penny, explain what makes it so valuable and how such a small mistake during production turned this coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. To start, let's take a look at the typical 1986 penny. The design is what you'd expect: Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front, which has been the face of the penny since 1909, and the famous Lincoln Memorial on the back. The D mint mark signifies that this penny was produced at the Denver Mint. These pennies were minted in huge quantities. Over 5 billion of them were made in 1986 alone. So, in most cases, this penny is worth exactly what you'd expect: 1 cent. It's a part of your everyday change. But, as with many rare coins, one small detail makes all the difference in the world. What's so special about the 1986 penny, and why is it worth an astronomical amount? Well, in the world of coin collecting, value isn't always about age or rarity. Sometimes it's about an error that can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a true gem. Here's where things get interesting. The 1986 penny that made headlines was no ordinary penny. It was actually a rare error coin, and to understand how it happened, we need to take a quick look at how coins are made. Each penny starts as a blank metal disc called a planchet, which is then struck by a die to imprint the design. This process is normally precise, but sometimes a small mistake can occur. In the case of the 1986 penny that sold for $53 million, the error that occurred during production was a misalignment in the minting process, causing a double-struck error. In simple terms, the coin was struck by the press more than once, with the second strike misaligned. The result was a penny that had a double image on it, where the design was not properly aligned on the coin's surface. And this wasn't just any double strike, it was an especially dramatic one, creating a coin that looked completely different from any other 1986 penny. Now, it's important to know that not every double-struck penny is worth millions. Most double-strike errors are minor and only add a little extra value. But when a double strike is so obvious and dramatic that it's impossible to miss, like in the case of this 1986 penny, it becomes something truly special. The double strike error on this particular coin was so striking, pun intended, that collectors immediately knew it was something unique. The value? It skyrocketed to a jaw-dropping $53 million. So how did this penny end up selling for such a staggering amount? Well, like many rare coins, it was put up for auction to the highest bidder. And when it hit the market, collectors and investors alike were eager to get their hands on this incredible piece of numismatic history. The auction house was buzzing with excitement as the bidding started, and before long, the price reached unimaginable heights. The coin was eventually sold for $53 million, setting a new record for a penny. This wasn't just a rare coin, it became a symbol of how sometimes the smallest mistakes can create the biggest treasures. People often think that coins are valuable because they're rare or old, but the truth is, it's all about the unique characteristics of the coin. The 1986 double-struck penny is a perfect example of how a minting error can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into something highly valuable. It's a combination of rarity, error, and the sheer historical significance of the coin that makes it worth millions. Now, you might be wondering, how can you spot a rare double-struck penny like this one? Well, if you're lucky enough to have a 1986 penny, the first thing you should do is look closely at the design. Double-struck pennies usually have two overlapping images, sometimes even in different positions. The more noticeable and dramatic the double strike, the more valuable the coin will be. Keep in mind, though, that double strike errors are rare, and most of the 1986 pennies you come across won't have this kind of dramatic flaw. But don't be discouraged. There are other types of rare coins, like the 1955 double-die penny or the 1943 copper penny, that also command high prices. Even if you don't find a $53 million penny in your pocket, there are many other coins that are highly sought after by collectors. Collecting coins is all about patience, knowledge, and keeping an eye out for those elusive errors. But back to the 1986 penny, the fact that it sold for such an insane price shows how important these rare, error-filled coins are in the world of numismatics. The 1986 double-struck penny that sold for $53 million is now safely housed in a collection, but it's a great reminder of how valuable even the smallest of mistakes can be. It's also a testament to the importance of coin collecting as both a hobby and a serious investment. For collectors, coins like these represent more than just currency, they represent history, rarity, and the potential for immense wealth. So, if you have a 1986 penny, it might be time to take a closer look. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin that could be worth big money. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.